You going to bed?
Probably.
Okay.
That's how I like to start all of my live streaming shows. You going to bed?
Yeah.
Because
Are we starting now?
that's the kind of excitement you are in for tonight.
Because I'm gonna sleep so hard.
Anyway.
So this is technically episode 2, session 2 of Blades in the Dark, Daybreakers, and you guys here can't see it, but everybody at home should be able to see that only half of the little boxes with all of our shiny, happy faces are filled. And that's because this is kind of a drop-in, drop-out game, so we don't know who is going to be here every night. So I just set it up so that everybody's got a frame and half the people aren't here. So, this we're kind of wandering, scrabbling our way through this system right now. I feel like a total noob, and it's very sad. Like I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. So here
Go forth.
Woo!
And fumble your way through boldly.
That's right. I can't do any worse than the American government.
It's worth doing badly,
That's
and
right.
then less badly, and then maybe kind of okay before you give up.
Yeah, well, here's the thing that makes role-playing games better than real life is that if you guys like burn a town down, only fictional people die. I don't know what I'm doing, and I think we're all wrecked. So this will be interesting.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Okay, so a couple of house cleaning things. First, housekeeping. Nothing's clean around here. Matt, this is the first time that you are joining us in the Daybreakers game.
Yes.
Not the first time you played Blades in the Dark, but
that's correct.
But the first time you played this particular game. So and I don't know if you've finished your character sheet.
I think I did.
You did.
If not, it's very close.
Nice. And I should say, like when we played last time, it was kind of spur of the moment deal. So we really haven't had a chance to kind of explain what's going on in this game. It was like, blah, here's a bunch of culty shit, and nobody has any idea what's going on. So I'd like to kind of take a couple of minutes at the top of the session tonight to like introduce characters, and we'll figure some stuff out and ask some questions that I should have asked. Yeah, we'll just kind of go around the horn and like let people not only at home watching this, but also the people who are playing the goddamn game know who the hell the Daybreakers are and what is going on. So does anybody in particular want to start, or should we just start with Matt since he's the newest, or what would you like to do?
I'll start. I'm here.
You start.
Since I'm introducing myself to not just the television audience, but the other players at the table who have no idea what kind of person I've created. So I have created a character. It's a cutter. So he's kind of like a dangerous and intimidating fighter type. I imagine him as like a Victorian age pugilist or wrestler / bodybuilder looking guy.
Nice.
I describe him as a wall of meat.
The meat wall.
Yeah. He wears striped trousers. He's got a vest that's just a bit too tight on him and a small top hat. His name is Sharky Clubbins. And his alias is Tea Time because
Sharky Tea Time Clubbins. Why do they call you Tea Time?
I don't remember. Let me see. I for one, I really liked the name.
It's a good name.
But in character, I think when it comes down to, fighting, when people place bets, there's always going to be time for tea after. It's not going to take very long.
Nice.
So, they're
Well,
the
if
opponents.
our crew needs a bagman, we know who to go to.
That's right.
Yes, he was his background. He's from Akaros, the Coleridge area. So it's kind of a little not. He's not a high society type. If you couldn't tell already.
What?
Yeah, he used to work at the ironworks, and he built Leviathan hunting ships there
Oh, nice.
until he punched the supervisor.
Like you do. I imagine that went that
Yeah.
was totally justified, right?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, I did no wrong, but what are they going to do? They stopped paying me, so I'm not going to show up anymore. But I can do some brawls and stuff. But I have, I guess, my vice is faith.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
He has faith in the spirit of meat.
Oh God.
Yes.
You've been watching
So-
Preacher, haven't you?
Yeah.
Spirit of meat.
He flagellates himself to imbue his mitts with ghost wrestling power. So, basically, he can wrestle ghosts with his hands.
That is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, and so his buddy Ronnie's got a warehouse that he lets me use for praying.
Nice.
So yeah, therefore my my special ability is Ghost Fighter. That I can grapple with spirits to restrain and capture them.
Cool. So Ronnie is your purveyor of vice.
Yeah.
And then you've got Grace, the extortionist as your as your rival. What
She done me wrong.
she done your? Does she have anything on you? I mean, she's an extortionist.
I had to pay, a little bit of dough to her over time. She's I used to be married, and I kind of wandered the boards a bit at night, and I got caught,
Okay.
and so Grace knew about it. If he told my ex could get some more payments out of me.
Get some coin out of you for and I hope that
Like child support. Yeah. So
do you have a child?
I think so.
Ah, interesting.
That's what the ex tells me.
Nice. That's not creepy at all.
No,
That's certainly nothing I can use later on.
no, of course not. And my friend Marlene, she used to work with me at the ironworks. But she's the one that she saw some potential in me. She's the one that taught me how to fight.
Nice.
She's a older woman, but back in the day, she knocked me down a few times, and she became my best friend.
Like you do. I mean, that's the only real way to make friends, after all, is to just get in a fight with somebody.
Yep.
Punch each other into liking.
Yep. That's me.
Cool. How about Farshid?
Farshid al-Asana, also known as the Grey Weaver, hails from Eruvia, and as such has a propensity for loose, baggy clothing, including headscarves that he wears perpetually. His eyes are a kind of a sickly yellow color. The irises, anyway. The rest are kind of stark white, so it just looks like he just looks kind of sick. So maybe he wears the scarves for that reason. You don't know. He has miserly fingers and a wiry build, so he's just kind of thin and kind of looks around, and he plots and schemes and talks very quietly. He is a spider, so he is the devious mastermind that puts all of the plans together for the Daybreakers to try and bring glory and hopefully a new age to the Shrouded Sun, the deity of our cult. Farshid comes from a background in the military in Eruvia prior to the unification with the Empire, and as such, his time in the military doing some tactics for ambushes may have resulted in a very gruesome and painful death of a number of soldiers, which just happened to have been the parents of a local blue coat archivist named Jaren.
Nice. And
now, let's be honest. People did shitty things in the war, and he's just racist. He's just pissed at me because he thinks I may have had something to do with an operation with spikes and a lot of screaming that was exactly where his parents were during the war.
right.
So yeah, coincidence.
I should point out. So I've been thinking about this because like there are setting things, and Eruvia has been part of the Empire for a long time. But Jaren is he's a Scotlander. And the Skav, like the Scotlanders, were brought into the Empire. Like just a handful of years ago. So I think that's probably the war that you fought in, if that makes sense.
You know, if his people had just got with the program,
They just got along with it.
then things wouldn't have had to go the way they did, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know what he's all upset about. He insists that I did, but my vice, ironically, is faith. And not the faith of the Shrouded Sun. It's a faith of the Temple of the Forgotten Gods. And Farshid is struggling philosophically to interlace the faiths of all these forgotten gods with the Shrouded Sun. There's some way it all fits together in this master plan.
Nice. All right, and Neil.
Yeah, I'm Bat Faber. Kind of, I don't know, kind of, the way you would picture as a turn of the century like boxer kind of guy, right? So he's got the bowler hat and the ridiculous mustache, that's all waxed.
Nice.
So, he's like this weird combination of like just being really rough around the edges, but then like weirdly precise about certain things. And, because he's a hound, he's the sharpshooter and tracker. So when it comes to like everything related to that, he's like weirdly precise. And then like everything else about his life is just messy. Just like he's just joined the group and started believing in because he was part of the Crows.
Right.
And so he's just joined this cult of the Shrouded Sun and does not at all understand how any of it works. He's just decided that that's what saved his life. So he'll talk about it and just like get everything wrong, and just like say things that are just not even like remotely correct as far as the beliefs and believes all of it. So there's that. but yeah, he's, you know, like really isn't like super. He has a lot of natural ability, I guess, and that's why he became the sharpshooter and tracker. It was just, you know, he just had a talent for it, and the crows needed someone to do it. And then his brother just got jacked, so he's not, you know, he would want revenge for that. And that was, I can't remember exactly who did that because I wasn't in the game just yet.
No, it was this chick of the crows who was getting the creepy tentacle tattoos.
Okay.
This happened to the prologue session, and she killed your brother, and she was about to kill you, but I used one of my ability, which is which one is it? Is foresight. 2 times per score, I can just assist someone without paying stress, and I put body armor on you, so that when we were doing this kind of creepy drug-induced trying to turn you to our side, we outfitted you with armor before we set you off, so when she shot you point blank, you didn't fucking die.
Awesome.
And then we facilitated you grabbing her and holding her head underwater until her legs stopped moving, and a bell rang.
Awesome. So yeah, I murdered her for killing my brother. But you know, I still kind of blame the crows, even though that's where I came up, and you know, they kind of taught me everything that I know. I'm still pretty pissed off about my brother dying, and that they, you know. So I'm happy to be running with the new crew. Don't really like the Weeping Lady very much. Yeah.
Well, after our last operation, I think it's safe to say you gave them the finger.
The finger.
Yeah.
All right, so I need to put this on pause for just a minute because I'm pretty sure that I have a 6-year-old that's sitting at the top of my stairs into the basement and not wanting to come down because. So give me just a moment to deal with parenthood.
We need a parenthood bumper.
Yeah, no kidding. Right. I've got a brake bumper, but no parenthood bumper. So if you'll excuse me for just a moment, I'll take care of that, and then I will be right back. Children.
Oh, children.
Oh, children. Can't live
Glad
with
the
them
child at my house doesn't do anything like that.
every night.
Uh-huh.
All right. So cool. So we've met everybody. Let's talk very briefly. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But there's a couple of things about the Daybreakers themselves as a cult that we kind of should probably address. We know that you make your lair in a hidden tunnel beneath the Silkshore district of Duskball. Quite well hidden, where you have your ritual sanctum, and also what was it, like a chunk of a wall of an old temple?
Yep, it's a piece of wall, kind of like the Wailing Wall in
Right.
In Israel, and it's a piece of a greater whole that we are trying to rebuild. Whether that is literally, figuratively, or both.
Nice. So is this a wall that was here when you found it, or was it something that you had found elsewhere and then imported, like brought back, placed in here?
I like that it is something that the cult had for a while, and we had been carrying it, and this was the place where the wall decided it wanted to be rebuilt.
Nice. So it made the choice for you.
It went, this is the place, and we're like, that is extremely convenient and not ominous at all.
Right. And also, man, I'm really glad that we don't have to carry this wall around anymore.
Yeah. Build the wall, my children.
No.
I'm trying not to do it.
Can we not have a wall be the thing?
No, this is only a piece of a wall, and it's underground, and it's to let something in.
Oh, interesting.
Not ominous, not in any way.
Nice.
Reflective of current events.
So you worship something calling itself the Shrouded Sun. Is this something that spoke to you? That spoke to one of you, or is it some? Did you discover it in some like forbidden tome, or how was this a thing that you have chosen to bring into the world?
Someone else go with some green. I don't want it to be just my fucking borderline Lovecraftian burning thing.
Well, Bat has like no real experience of it other than having his life saved by Farshid. So he doesn't really have, I mean...
Yeah, but what does Neil want?
Gosh, what do I want?
Because Bat doesn't play the game. Neil plays the game.
That is true. I think it would be... I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I kind of like the idea of it being vaguely Lovecraftian.
Nice. Well, and it's possible that you guys don't even really know, right? Like it could be.
Maybe it's just been there for a while, and none of us really know how it started.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you found this piece of ancient architecture, like you could feel it calling to you, and you knew what to call it. But
I kind of
it's just so big.
think at least Sharky, when he needed to do the flagellation, and Ronnie wasn't around, and he was like, I need to find a place where he doesn't want to do that in the middle of the street. People look at you weird when you do that. So he kind of came across this, hidden tunnel underground.
This incredibly hidden tunnel.
This
Yeah.
Came upon purely by chance.
Yeah, we're like, huh. This is weird.
Yeah, well, and it is specifically hidden. So if you did find it, there's a good chance that something wanted you to find it.
Providence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I like to think that like Bat walked in on me, like whipping myself.
Right?
Yeah.
Put a
Yeah.
sock on the door.
Yeah, I really want Bat to have had like no real experience of it. You know what I mean? He's just going along because it's what everyone else is saying.
Right.
Like he knows that Farshid saved him, you know, and that there must have been some kind of weird magic or something going on there. But while everybody else may have had some sort of like direct experience, spiritual experience with this thing, Bat doesn't have it, and he's just faking it, and he's like overdoing it, trying to fake it.
Nice.
So is
Because you want to fit in, right?
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah, so he's trying to fit in here, so he's just like full of, just totally full of shit, going on and on about it.
Is this a cult without a cult leader?
Yeah, we've never established who the cult leader is. I mean, Farshid is like the Spider playbook is kind of the like the mission leader type, like they're the planner, the mastermind. But that doesn't necessarily require.
I don't talk to the public. I want to be unknown. I want to be behind the scenes.
Well, don't we have somebody who talks to the public? Like that's their deal.
Not really. Like you guys do have you have a gang of acolytes. You've got a couple of dudes that do what you're told. So they're sort of your like proselytizing corner boys, right? Like
Okay, we've got like two of them, right?
Yeah. Only instead of slinging drugs, they're slinging religious tracts like,
That little
out on the corners.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to because we hadn't cemented these things, and I know like literally half the crew isn't here tonight, so they're just gonna have to kind of suck it, and we'll figure out like where they fit in. Afterwards.
So it's not like a literal like person, like a being per se. I mean, like it's just this vague voice that we hear occasionally from the wall.
Yeah, so I feel like it's something like hush 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 to go. It's the fucking ring, man.
It's the eye of Sauron. Like when you touch the wall, sometimes it peers back at you.
Yes.
And it is,
yes. No, not back at you.
Into
out
you.
Through you.
Through you. It just burns through your psyche.
I love that. No, through your eyes. It uses your eyes to see. And because I loved that piece of like the tentacle thing you had in the at the Microcon like prologue for this.
Oh yeah.
Where that tentacle the blue tentacle tattoo was like seeing through people. I love that idea. That they are unwilling vessels. We are the opposite.
Very much the opposite. Okay, so cool. I think that's good. that's good. That's some pretty culty stuff going on here. And also, just to catch everybody up, you guys right now have more enemies than you have friends.
Yeah.
So far,
what did I walk into?
You walked into, well, it's not a clusterfuck exactly, but it's not like, I mean, there's no great situation in Dustfall, right? So the crows out of Crow's Foot are not happy with you initially because your lair like used to be situated among like right along one of their tunnels that they would use for smuggling goods in and out of Silkshore. And then suddenly, like a group of weirdos, like started putting up some walls and shit and hiding it, and then they couldn't use it anymore. So that was like that was kind of a pain in the ass for them. Also, the inspectors, which are sort of the detectives in the city, not fans of yours. They've got their eyes on you. And up until recently, you were okay with the cops, but now the bluecoats aren't so happy with you either. Oh, and of course, the Weeping Lady, the homeless charity that operates in the Six Towers district, which while your lair is in Silkshore, your sort of hunting grounds, where you've staked out your physical territorial claim, like in the city, is in the Six Towers district, and it butts up against the opera house that acts as a homeless shelter. And they'd kind of been encroaching on your territory, looking to take over some of the buildings in the blocks that you control. And in retaliation, you might have what did you do? Slipped human fingers into their soup kitchen.
Into the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soup de gis.
So they haven't quite forgiven you for that.
Oh, they found out.
Well, they can't point at the finger at you. Sorry.
I don't know. They better watch it. If the harder that they try and squeeze, the more that it will slip through their fingers.
Oh God.
They point one finger at us. There's 3 more poining back at them.
Yeah.
In other bowls.
In their soup. Yeah.
They literally bit the hands that fed them.
Oh man. The Weeping Lady, you have so many troubles. Let me count the ways.
But you do have a couple of allies. The gondoliers, who move people and goods through the canals of Duskfall. You have a decent relationship with them. They're handy to have because they tend to they know a lot about the spirits of the city, because it turns out that the canals are a good place to dump bodies. So the gondoliers run into a lot of angry spirits, and so they've kind of like built up not exactly a rapport with them. It's not like angry spirits are a solid group, like a union of the Angry Dead. Although that's now my next band name. But yeah, because
collective afterlife bargaining.
That's right. But because they do so much traveling, like literally across, the final resting place of people who've been murdered and tossed into canals. They've kind of learned a bunch of secrets about dealing with the spirits. So you've got a good relationship with them. In fact, one of your acolytes used to be a member of the gondoliers before they too heard the call. And also the Church of the Forgotten Gods, which is a temple sort of dedicated to all of these gods that were worshipped and existed like prior to the cataclysm 1,000 years ago that shattered the world. They're also on good terms with you. So far, you're not at war with anybody, which is good. But I'm sure that's coming eventually. All right. So when we left off last time, you guys just successfully pulled off your little coup with with the weeping lady, and I know that Farshid and Bat, both of you were involved in that. Sharky was not available for that score,
Nope.
but that's okay because that happens sometimes. So the order of this session is going a little weird because we're actually going to start with the downtime. We
Thank you.
yeah, we handled the entanglements and how much heat and stuff that you guys had gotten before.
Sadly, yes.
The Daybreakers. You got quite a bit of rep, but the cops are looking at you like nobody's quite been able to get enough on you to issue any arrest warrants yet. But you know, it's as well as you guys did last time. There's always somebody who knows or suspects. So you've got some heat on you.
That's for sure.
And I know, Bat, I'm pretty sure, didn't you take like a shit ton of stress?
I've got 3 left.
3 stress out of 9 left. And Farshid, how are you doing as far as stress?
Yeah, I got 3 left also. I definitely need to de-stress, but we also need to deal with our heat.
Yes. Yeah. So you've got a couple of things to do, to take care of. There is so in downtime, you get for free 2 downtime activities that you can choose to do. You may acquire an asset, which would be like getting an item, or it's generally temporary. Like you need a thing for the next job that you're going to pull, an item, a cohort, like borrowing somebody else's gang, a vehicle or a service. Like any of those things fall under acquire an asset. You may also work on long-term projects. That is number 2. That's especially valuable for people like Whispers and Leeches to either learn strange rituals that there's no list in the book. You just kind of get to make them up, ask some questions, and figure that out. But the long-term project represents like the study and getting the things that you need in order to learn that ritual. In the case of leeches, they can also make things, right? Like make crazy gadgets like Leviathan blood-powered flamethrowers and weird shit like that.
Yes.
Recovery from wounds is one of your options in downtime, which is exactly what it sounds like. Reducing your heat is a downtime action. Training and indulging your vice. Indulging your vice is where you get to go to your purveyor and indulge in your vice, which reduces the amount of stress that you're suffering from.
Shit.
So each of you has 2, and we'll just kind of go in a circle and figure out, like, everybody does their first one, everybody does their second one. We'll sort out after that. I know that Matt hasn't been here, so he probably doesn't need to reduce stress or or recover from injury, but there's still other options that you can do, training and helping to reduce heat, that kind of thing. So let's start with Bat.
All right.
As you guys have sort of dragged yourselves, back to your literal hole in the ground, to blow off some steam, and nobody got actually injured, so don't really need to lick your wounds, but
No.
exhausted after a successful score against the Weeping Lady.
Yeah, and Bat's got a little bit of a problem in that his purveyor of his gambling vice is Spog's dice game in Crow's Foot.
Oh, that's right. Right in the heart of Crow's territory. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. But Spog's like you know, he caters to all types. Of course, you see some of your old compatriots who give you the fucking eye as you come in. But it's also like one of those places where kind of a bunch of people from a bunch of different organizations come, because it's not like fucking scoundrels don't like to gamble, right?
Right.
So yeah, there's crows there, but there's also, there's locals, and Crow's Foot is like the poorest district in the city. So like, everybody's gambling with coin they don't really have. But there's also, in addition to the crows, there's members of the Lamp Blacks and the Red Sashes who have been at war with each other ever since the crows' previous leader was assassinated, probably by the second in list. So Crow's Foot, like at any moment, like the entire district could erupt into a three-way gang war.
Okay.
But for now, you've come here. You haven't come here to start shit. You come here to play dice, son.
Yep. And I'm going to be honest. If I'm here to relax, nothing's more relaxing than taking some crow's money.
That is correct. Cool. So when you indulge in your vice, it's actually pretty simple. It's kind of like a resistance roll in reverse. Usually when you resist, you're avoiding consequences and taking stress instead. In this case, you're going to be rolling your lowest your lowest resistance category.
Do I just hit the indulge vice button?
Yes. I forgot that there was just a button on this character sheet.
Indulge vice.
Just indulge vice.
Probably no bonus dice. All right.
Oh, nice. Nice. You got a 6.
Yes, that's all of it.
that is all of it. So had you you clear out that many boxes of stress. So you're clear. That is pretty
Going
sweet.
clear.
Yep. If the tech works, Neil. If you somehow manage to clear more stress than you actually have, then you overindulge and bad things happen.
Oh.
because you just go on a bender.
Right.
And you always roll your lowest resistance stat because it's not your strength of character that your vice relies on.
Right. Gotcha.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, you go. You don't win enough to make coin, but you win enough to blow off steam. Spend some of your earnings from your last score, and clear out that stress. Nice. What about Farshid?
I think he has also got to blow off some stress.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna go and indulge in his faith vice.
Nice. What is it? What is it like when you indulge in your vice?
So he disappears.
The
Goes-
temple is because the temple's in what, Coleridge?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in Coleridge, and Illisil runs it. And so he goes there and he puts on a robe, and he remains like faceless, and just does what is required of the temple. Research, going through these old, it's very disorganized, right? There's tablets that have been kind of left here that are dropped off by people who find them when they're either excavating or when they're sorting through old stuff. And it's kind of a donation. So there's this single-minded focus that these the disciples of this temple to the forgotten gods have to have.
Right.
And so I feel like he goes and he commits time to it. He doesn't tell anyone where he's going. And so if he overindulges, he loses track of time.
Nice.
Or other such things that result from being in a place that is open to the public, where one can lose their sense of time,
Right. Yeah.
and attention to their surroundings. So
Run your mouth too much.
or not see something coming,
Right.
or some other such interesting consequence. Anyway, he is going to go do that.
Okay.
No bonus dice, right?
Nope.
That
Only one.
fucking blows.
That sucks. I'm sorry. It's like
There's so much to do. It's paralyzing.
right, like
So he doesn't get as much done.
You've gone to lose yourself like in the trappings and like ritual of faith, and instead have gotten like wound up in the fucking minutia and business, and it's just not like a satisfying experience this time around.
Or he's been gone for so long, people are interrupting him every 2 minutes.
Just been like, oh, hey, you.
Oh god, this is the fucking worst. Ugh.
All right, now, Sharky.
Yeah.
Like I said, you have not. You're not in need. You're not feeling the pull of advice.
No. I'm
Or the stinging
freshly
injury.
flagellated.
So what would you like to do?
Well, I wasn't here last time, but I hear tell that some shit went down.
Oh, lots of shit went down.
Oh yeah, and so our crew get a little heat on us, and I feel like I got to play my part. I didn't help with the last score or whatever the hell we did, but I can do my part and knock back the heat a bit.
Nice.
So I'm gonna head out there.
Okay.
I hear word, people talking about us, talking shit about us. If I hear a specific person talking shit about us, I'm gonna knock him down.
Like you're just gonna go out and like beat
Like,
people into
Yeah,
being
yeah,
quiet.
You can punch them till they stop talking. That works very well.
Yes, you can in fact punch people until they stop talking. How were you thinking of doing that? Like, what kind of skill were you thinking of using?
Well, I was, considering I'm good at, picking fights.
You are. Were you planning on going with skirmish? Like,
I would.
Like you're literally just going in and like whenever you hear somebody talk, you just beat the shit out of them. Until
I'll
they
be
stop.
like, you're talking about fingers. Oh, you mean this finger snap? Oh, you mean this finger snap?
Yeah, because like the only reason I bring it up is because you could also use something like command, right? Because command is intimidation. But if you're literally just beating the shit out of people, nice, like going through
Putting people in the hospital.
nice,
You know.
yeah, like making sure they physically can't talk.
Yes,
I get
that's
it.
what I'm trying to do. I want to make them not talk anymore, and if they don't have a jaw,
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage then?
all right, skirmish. All right. So it's asking for position. Is this controlled?
Yes.
I'm just kind of.
No, this is controlled because it's a downtime action. I will, however, offer you a devil's bargain if you would like to take it.
Go on.
Because you can get an extra die, but in the process, like some of the people that like one of the person that you that you wind up going after is somebody who is like a volunteer, like a not nobility, but like common folk volunteer of the Weeping Lady.
Was he talking shit about us?
Oh fuck yeah, he was talking shit about you.
Okay, well, I'll put him down.
Awesome. Yeah. His name is Holtz, by the way.
What kind of name is that? All right. Is that still controlled then?
Yeah, you just get an extra die, but yeah, like.
Okay. And then the effect, would that be standard, limited, great? Does that matter?
It's go ahead and leave it at standard. There's specific rules for reducing heat. So.
Gotcha. All right, and one bonus die.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit, son! 2 6s. That is a crit. So you clear out 5 heat. You have you beat people so well, so well. Like fucking people who still could talk don't want to.
That's the point.
Yeah. No, they clam up because Omar coming apparently. I'm the only person that's watched The Wire. Go watch The Wire.
I get you.
Okay. Yeah, no, that you clear
All right,
out
I've
5 heat.
heat 5. We only have 2 heat now.
But the freaking Holtz at the Weeping Lady, like when he wakes up, he's probably gonna talk, unless you killed him, and then they'll remember. That's probably not a good idea because that might bring more heat.
Yeah.
I don't kill him.
Matt, do you know what happens when you kill people in this?
Yeah, that bell rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then ghosts come out and I wrestle them.
Sometimes I kill people just so I can wrestle a ghost.
Yeah, killing you once wasn't enough.
It's like I beat the shit out of you. I beat the ghost out of you. And then I'm going to beat your ghost.
I'm sorry. I have to re-beat you.
That's right. That bell ring is just the start of the match.
Ding, ding. Oh my God. That's so good. That's just round 2.
Wow.
I love it.
All right. So Bat, you've spent a night indulging yourself in spogs. You like come staggering back. I mean, I imagine that there was probably drinking too,
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like that's not what you were there for, obviously.
Nope.
But yeah, you come back, you know, you're both your wallet and your head a little lighter. Well, what's next on the agenda?
Let's see. I was just gonna try to get rid of some heat. Was the other thing I was gonna do, but we're looking pretty good there. So I'm not quite sure what else. Those are the two things I was really focused on when you were given the rundown of what we could do. So I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, nice.
I mean, if he doesn't have anything else to do, he'll just start like kind of absent-mindedly adding stones to the wall.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
And he's like, you know, not even entirely aware he's doing it. You know, he just kind of gets lost in thought. And then next thing you know, like he's, you know, added a couple of layers of stones to the wall.
Is it like one of those things you do absent-mindedly, or?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. He's not even aware he's doing it. He's just like, you know, thinking about, you know, like other stuff, like how bad he kicked everybody's ass at the tables yesterday, and just all the weird shit that's happened in the last, you know, couple weeks. And yeah, the next thing he knows, he like looks, you know, notices that he's got a rock in his hands, and there's like a couple new layers on the wall.
Right on, right on. Cool. Why don't you start a long-term project? Let's make it. I think rebuilding the wall sounds like kind of a big thing. And actually, you could even put this on the crew sheet.
Okay.
We'll make it an 8-segment clock and call it the wall is built.
All right. 8-segment and clock name. Okay.
Sweet. So so when you're building, like when you're putting the wall together, how do you picture yourself doing it?
Just like, you know how some people pace when they're talking on the phone?
Yeah.
Pretty much like that. Like he's just like lost in thought, doesn't even know what he's doing, like, you know, doesn't even realize he's necessarily walking around and picking up rocks. But to anybody watching him, he looks like he's like very methodically picking up the rocks. So
Nice.
like there's something else kind of like controlling him, like what he's actually doing as far as building the wall.
Cool. This sounds to me like you're looking at a tune. Did you have a different idea than that, or does
Say
that
what?
so when you're doing long-term projects, there's still a role.
Okay.
So
Yeah. A tune, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought you said a tune, and
A
I was
tune.
like,
yeah, you know, like smells like Teen Spirit, only smells like crazy sun gods coming out of walls.
yeah. Yeah.
This is Wonderwall.
No, get out! You're out of the group, Freddie. You're out of the group.
Wow.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Right.
I hate you so much right now.
Don't roll a 1.
I'm glad.
Today is going to be the day we bring the shrouded sun to you.
Oh God. Controlled. Controlled. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yep.
All right. 2. Bad job with wall building.
Yeah. So go ahead and fill in one one check
Okay.
on that. Yeah. And Farshid, what are you doing in the meantime?
Ooh.
As he's as Bat has Like, I imagine like all of this is happening, not quite in montage, but like, over the course of several days, maybe a week of like blowing off steam and then coming back and doing other things, going off and beating the shit out of some people.
Right.
Like you do.
Okay. Tell me what it takes to reduce. Oh, wow. A lot of our heat has been reduced.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, Sharky is particularly effective.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he was back in time for tea.
I assume you can only do each downtime action once per downtime.
No.
Ah,
You are welcome to do two.
I'm going to indulge my vice again.
Just go back. You're just spending all of your time in the temple.
So I think that he comes back from his first round of it, and he's very discouraged. And so he comes back and he's pacing, and he looks up and he doesn't, and he sees that the wall is like a little bit more rebuilt, and he didn't have to instruct anyone to do it or ask. And he sees it as it lets him know there's like no. Some things may happen on their own, but there's some connection between these blocks that are here and all of these other fallen pieces of these dead pantheons.
Right.
And it re-energizes him to be like, no, I have to find a way to reconcile these two faiths because people here are counting on me more so than just my own obsession with rectifying these numerous faiths together. And so he goes back and he dives back in.
Nice.
I have no bonus dice. Wow, I'm rolling garbage. But that'll do.
2. So you've gotten rid of 3 in total?
Yeah, so I have 6 available. That's good enough. He's not like there's still an itch that he's got, just ideas clouding his head, but he's able to work on them enough that he's able to put those little whispers in the back of his head to rest. It's like he's not like he doesn't hear things, but he's a little bit obsessive, and he's got enough pieces in mind. He gets to a point where he's like, I'm not happy with this, but I have to sit back and let it simmer.
Nice.
I have to let these concepts of all these like various names of these other gods and pieces of what not their pantheons, but their scopes of worship were. He's like, no, there's some, like, he's got to digest and think about the meanings of these words.
Right.
So there's a lot of mental digestion to be done.
Nice. Cool. So in the meantime, Sharky, you've done a great job of shutting people the hell up. Getting rid of some of that heat on you. What are you going to do next?
Here's the thing, the way I see it, I kind of do both of these at the same time.
Okay.
So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do some training.
Oh, nice.
With insight, because in order to figure out who the people are that are talking, I got to sit down and, I want to know how to study them a bit more. Like, listen, find them, hunt, all the, like, on the insight track there. So I'm going to see if I can just
okay,
focus on that. And then, when I find someone who's talking, I hit them.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So you just add 1 XP. Or mark 1 XP in your in that trek.
Okay, cool. Ding.
Now, meanwhile, while stuff's been going on, you like the word comes in through the grapevine that the blue coats. It's not anything that's directed at you. It's just kind of one of those things that that you hear like on the street talking to your contacts and your friends. The blue coats have started making these noises, kind of in public, about how, like, the war, the unification war, has been over for a while now, and the city is still, diverting a whole bunch of funds to the military, and kind of making sure that they're well equipped. Meanwhile, the blue coats, kind of as a whole, right? Like not any one particular person in the group, but they've got their eyes set on some of their wonderful toys, because they're the ones that are in the real trenches now. You're dealing with all of the corruption and crime in the city, and here's the army that isn't even necessary anymore, still getting getting the lion's share of available funds. Also, as you guys kind of have come back, taking care of the things that you need to take care of, and sort of settle back into your routine. One of your acolytes comes in. Call him Orlin. He's the former gondolier. Comes down as Bat is like sliding like the last block into the wall, and he sees, he comes in and sees the three of you down there, and bows to you as you are clearly the equivalent of the high priesthood of the Shrouded Sun, and he's like, brothers, have you seen what's been going on up? And he kind of gestures up. Have you noticed anything odd going on? Any of you?
No.
I'll just raise an eyebrow. Go on.
Go on. He's like, I don't know what's prompting this, but I've noticed that there's been a good deal of activity, odd activity. People taking supplies into one of the warehouses. Odd supplies, not anything. It's not like they're stockpiling weapons or bringing gear. Just random bits of I don't know, things, ladders, building materials, just refuse off the streets. Has I know that you and kind of gestures expansively to the three of you. I know that you feel the call of the shrouded sun more more than us lesser followers, but
Yeah.
do you know what's going on? Has the shrouded one revealed any knowledge of this to you? I take that as a no.
Yeah. The Shrouded Sun doesn't really care if people are collecting trash.
But perhaps we should
I wouldn't bring it up.
try
if it wasn't-
try and peer where the sun cannot see.
The sun does not see in the shadows, so he just nods at you.
By definition.
That you know about following people discreetly. Perhaps following someone who is collecting these things.
You want me to follow trash collectors?
You're taking this quite literally, but so
All right.
to speak.
All right. If that's what the sun needs me to do, that's what I'll do.
See what you can find. And he'll come up and he'll just he'll come up and make eye contact real close and just be like, you can see into the shadows where the sun does not yet shine.
Yeah, I can. All right. So I'm going to head out and look for somebody carrying something strange.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. How does this go down? How do you start?
I think I'm just going to kind of walk around the streets, that wouldn't be terribly unusual for Bat to do.
Okay.
He wouldn't seem out of place in any way. So I'm just going to go walk around the streets, trying to look as much as I can, like I'm going somewhere. But as soon as I see someone carrying something that seems a little unusual, maybe, I'm going to take to the shadows.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're out there for a while, like several hours, and nothing. At first, nothing's going on, right? And then you hear the bells, not the bells from the crematorium, but the bells that toll the hour. And it's getting close to nightfall. You can tell because of the bells, because you can't tell because of the lack of sun. And as not long after the bell tolls on the 11th hour, as it goes in 12-hour cycles, I think. Actually, I have to look that up. You see somebody pass you, and they're just lugging a big chunk of broken wood.
Okay.
Just this random piece of wood that you'd find just in a wood pile or something. It's seriously just a random piece of junk. Which is weird enough on its own. But this person is dressed clearly like a merchant.
Okay. Carrying a big chunk of wood.
you've kind of like slipped into the shadows as you see them coming, right?
Mhm.
But as they're walking, you can see that they're just walking by like hollow-eyed, like in some kind of trance or bewitched somehow. Yeah, it's unclear exactly what's going on, but it's not like somebody walking with a purpose. Like, I don't know
Okay.
what I'm doing. They're just kind of like and just carrying this just chunk of wood. What are you gonna do?
I I think I'm gonna like not like pop out of the shadows. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna just kind of casually walk up and be like, "Hey, what are you carrying that wood for?"
Okay. This what skill were you thinking of using for this?
None exactly. I mean, I'm just asking. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to actually achieve it. Well, I guess I'm trying to like see if they'll snap out of it, or if they're aware, or what they have to say.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe study, or is that not exactly that?
No, you can totally use study. Study covers things. You study a person, a document, or item with close scrutiny to gather information and apply knowledge, gain a deeper
All right.
understanding, to do research. Yeah, because you're not really looking for them to verbally give you answers. You're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think you're in a pretty controlled situation.
Okay.
But you're probably going to have limited effect.
Okay.
He seems pretty far out of it.
All right. Not good.
Oh, yeah, like like you step out to talk with him, and he stops when he gets up to you, but his like he doesn't acknowledge that you have spoken to him, right? Like he just he's got his board, and then after you ask him what the hell is going on, he kind of turns his whole body robotically, and then side shuffles around you, and then just keeps going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and as you do, you can see the one piece of information you do see is that his arms are shaking, like he's straining, because it's a big ass chunk of wood, and this guy's a merchant.
Mm-hmm.
He's not used to that kind of physical labor.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, he stops briefly and then moves around you and just continues on.
All right. Well, I think I'm just gonna follow him and see where he's taking the chunk of wood.
Sure. You follow him for quite a ways through Silkshore, several blocks, and as you come kind of to the north section of the district, into a place they call the Ease, which is it's partly red light district, and then as you move eastward into it, it runs up to a bunch of docks, and this is kind of one of the areas of the town where there aren't the streets are narrow, and the way that the city is built, it's a little more friendly to gondolas than it is to like carriages or wagons. So yeah, as you guys kind of move north into that, you come around a corner, and you see just on the south side of the Red Lamp District proper, is some industrial like warehouses and stuff, and you see this guy like turn and make for one of them, and as you do, you see several other people carrying like I shit you not, just random shit. Somebody's got like fucking like chunk of fence, like metal chunk of fence. People are bringing in like potted plants, just whatever apparently they could find to pick up. And it's not like a huge crowd, right?
Okay.
And, it's not enough to like get the blue coats out there being like, I wonder what the fuck's going on with this. They're coming in like ones and twos, and they're not taking obvious routes to get there. You also see a couple of people in uniform hanging around, and it's a uniform you recognize because everybody recognizes it. They're from a service guild called the Ciphers, which are Doskval's messengers.
Okay.
Like mail carriers, basically.
Okay.
They're fairly powerful, as an organization in the city because people entrust them with their secrets, and so they have a lot of sort of blackmail material.
Gotcha.
On people, because they're the ones that carry messages from one place to another, and they're kind of hanging around the place.
Now, are their behaviors consistent with the random
No.
crap collectors? Okay, so these guys seem to be aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like keeping an eye on these people, watching them go in.
Okay, I'm going to head back at this point.
All right. So yeah, you get back. It takes a while. It's some weird shit.
Yep.
I think there's some supernatural shit happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for us to gather some details. And did you find out exactly where they're all headed? You found the location?
Yeah, I found the warehouses where they're going.
Okay.
Snipers hanging out front. They seem to know what's going on. Everybody else is just like dead-eyed zombies dragging crap to the warehouses.
Okay.
It's a hoarder's cult.
I want to convince somebody to go in. Like I want to convince a guy off the street to go in and get a better view of the place, to like act his way past them or sneak in the side.
Okay. What are you looking for in particular? Like, are you looking for a way in? Are you is this part of a plan?
I want to get intel on what's going on here, because if it's obvious something supernatural is happening, I think I have an idea what I want to do. But if it's like it just feels that way. Either they're drugged, or there's some supernatural shit happening.
Okay. Is there a particular person that you're going to talk to? Like, are you going to go consort with one of your contacts, or?
Actually, yeah, I think I want to try and talk the information out of Salia now that I think about it.
Ah, the information broker.
Yeah, our information broker.
Yeah, where do you usually meet up with Salia?
Oh, I think just a prearranged corner that we can, it varies. It depends on what's convenient for her and what's reasonable for me, and we kind of take that into account based on what's safe territory for the both of us and what our schedules are like. So,
Okay.
so I'll send out and be like, here are 3 potential places that I can meet up today, and then she responds with one at a time.
Okay. Yeah. You wind up settling in the scrolling through stuff. You wind up settling at a place in the Car Hollow district. It's a mostly filled with Scotlander refugees and former soldiers, people who have they're this is kind of like Crowsfoot. It's one of the poorer districts,
Okay.
but it's fairly close to you. It's just across the canal, on south of Crowsfoot, so you can avoid any entanglements with the crows. Always handy. And Solly is waiting for you at your appointed location, on standing on a corner by Canal Street. And yeah, she as you approach, she gives you a nod and says, "Greyweaver, it's been a while since we've spoken."
Oh, the light keeps me very busy. Much to do, places to be.
She kind of gives a half laugh and is like, "Well, that's something I certainly understand." She is an information broker. She's also a former cipher.
So she knows how to speak in code?
Is
that what a cipher is? Because
no,
I don't know what a cipher means in this context.
They're the city's messengers.
Oh,
They're
okay,
basically
gotcha.
the mail service. But as such, they also tend to learn people's secrets.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, she is no longer a cipher. She probably got caught blabbing at some point.
Okay.
But she still knows how to get information and who to talk to because, contacts. Yeah. So she's like, yeah, you wouldn't have asked me to meet you if there wasn't something you were looking for.
People on the streets, they're blank-eyed, carrying scrap. And I tell her where like in this district where they're headed. This concerns us.
All right. So
I suspect it has to do with, as I'm sure you're aware, and he does like a little thing to show like a mime for tentacles on an arm.
Right.
Some old happenings. Perhaps reaching up from the deep again. I'm playing up strange as a reputation. Where it's like code, she's gonna be like, these motherfuckers are so weird.
You're weird.
Every time. If I had time, I would have prepared my responses and rhymed couplet. But I didn't, and I have some whiskey, and so rhyme couplet is right out.
That's right.
Despite the fact that we are devout.
Yeah. So this is somebody you've got a good relationship with. I think you're in a controlled position, I'd say. Standard effect. It sounds to me like you're consorting, but if you had a different approach.
Yeah, because if she's a contact, because I built him so that he sways like random people better than he does his friends. He gets you in the door, but like keeping you there, that's a little more difficult.
Right.
So yeah, this is definitely the way that I frame the scene is consort, which gives me one less die. And so what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to figure out whether this is like what's going on inside that she's aware of, and whether she knows it's sorceress or more mundane. Like, are these people drugged? Are they pushers, right? That are drugging people and telling them to just do it, and they're doing it because they need a hit, or is it some seriously occult shit and they're being puppeted?
Okay.
Because at this point, it could be legit either.
Yeah. Would you like a devil's bargain?
What are you considering?
You'll that the information, assuming she knows it, is privileged, and that will get her name out there, and that means it will get your name out there, and you'll be taking a point of heat.
You know what? We've got a hound and a cutter with us. I think somebody's ready to punch. I'm gonna take that.
You're gonna take that? Awesome.
So are we risky then?
No. It's everything's there.
Okay, so it's controlled.
Yeah.
Effect's going to be standard.
Yep.
One bonus die.
Oh,
yes! That's a crit.
Nice.
I
You
can
do
handle
get that
that.
point of heat. I mean, you would have gotten that point of heat no matter what, because it's eventually like gonna get pointed back to you that you're who she talked to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That goes up from a standard effect to a great effect. Like when you ask her and she realizes what you're asking, you see her eyes kind of get wide, and she's like, "Look, I don't know precisely what's going on because that is not that's not my area of expertise, if you will. I can tell you this though, some of the people that I know that still work for the ciphers, they were ordered to deliver a whole bunch of letters, and you did not hear that those letters were picked up and distributed from Scurlock Manor from me. What it was, I don't know. That there was a lot of them. That they were passed out at the same time, and that they were all delivered to Silkshore and I know that some of the more highly paid ciphers, people higher up in the organization, were asked ensure that the instructions in the letters were carried out. What's specifically is happening, I can't tell you. All I can tell you is where that started. And if you're seeing ciphers and weird things going along, then I would bet that weirdness out of Lord Scurlock is most likely the culprit.
Is Lord Scurlock that vampire dude?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
Of course he is.
Yeah. I mean, she's not here, but your whisper has feelings.
Yeah, of course she does. Of fucking course she does. Okay. All right. So he'll just kind of take her hand and just be like, "This has been enchanting as usual." And the thing is, his eyes never leave hers, so it's not like a come on. It's like it's this information has been delightful. It's saying it like getting information about another lover, like when you talk to a PI that you've hired to follow the woman that you have affection for.
Right.
It's that. And so she's like, motherfucker, like yeah, you're nice, but
but you're also creepy as fuck.
fuck, man.
Yeah.
And then he'll just be, and he'll say, they won't hear your name from us. Take care. And then he'll just take off walking, and he'll go from talking to her like that to just kind of playing the part of like the happy cultist distributing pamphlets.
Nice.
Almost like a switch. Like he's just playing the part.
Yeah, like as soon as you leave, you're like passing shit out.
Yeah,
people.
like the mask is back on, and he's just like, ugh. Oh, fucking Daybreakers.
Are you creeping yourself out with your character?
I am fucking. He's got his rope face, so you can't see his mouth moving. It's like you could have a mustache. We don't know. We don't know. It's the fact that we don't know is the worst part.
Don't even know if you're human. Cool. So yeah, that is what you know.
All right. So I'll come back and share that with everybody.
Okay. Anthrax.
Definitely anthrax.
Obs.
Are they possessed?
Should we just go in?
I think we need a subtler hand.
What's that?
I don't know what his plan is. I don't know what he's doing. But I suspect it has something to do with ghosts. And I haven't seen our specialist in that field in some time. We've been firm with our hand. And I feel we need to be more subtle.
Okay, you lost me there, man.
Bat, what do you think?
I agree. We got to move quietly. We got to be a little more stealthy on this than our previous approaches. Although I gotta say, we were pretty sneaky when we went in there and put those fingers in that soup.
That is true.
Okay, yeah, we can be sneaky.
That's it.
Yeah. It's gonna be great from up in Southie.
Awesome.
I'm gonna pack my fist in his face.
Sounds like you guys are looking at a stealth job, huh?
I'm thinking either stealth or occult. Does a cult have to be attuned?
No. But the detail you need is an arcane method. With a stealth engagement, you need the point of infiltration, how you're getting in.
I got your arcane method right here.
Right here. I want
Literally,
to.
I have arcane hands. I can wrestle ghosts with my hands.
You know what? Those hands. I want you to use those hands, and I want you to reach in to a part of the wall as part of this ritual that we start up. And I want you to pull out a little bit of the shrouded sun to light all of those envelopes, every envelope that's come out of that house, on fire.
Do you actually have a way of doing that? Because rituals are a thing. Like, they're not just like make them up on the spot.
Like,
they're things that you have to learn to do.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. No, it's like the supernatural version of like leeches building things. It's a long-term project where you study it, but they have a specific effect. So it's basically you get to create a spell, which is pretty fucking dope. But it's also, yeah, like not a thing you can just come up with on the fly.
I really, Sean, I really just want to accidentally set a bunch of people on fire.
I know you do, Sam, and I don't blame you.
I really want to do that, and I want it to go tragically wrong.
But that just means that that you need to get the ritualist ability as a veteran upgrade.
Who has ritualist?
It's in the Whisper playbook, I think, but you can take it as with veteran.
Yeah.
And then you can create and learn rituals and do them.
Okay. Gotcha. So I can't really do that. So let's see. All right. So we know that a bunch of letters are coming in this. I am really not a huge fan of going into a mansion with a fucking vampire in there.
No.
I really do not want to do that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you could go after Lord Scurlock, obviously. You could try and figure out how to steal one of these letters from the ciphers. That's another target for you. You can try and sneak in and figure out what's going on in the actual warehouse. That's a third one. That's not an exhaustive list, obviously.
I want to sneak in there. I want to know what's going on. I have this like stack of possibilities about what's in there. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm
going to a vampire's house. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't want to sneak into the vampire's house. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of the letters. But there's a certain risk involved there.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are the letters again?
They're being carried by the ciphers. The ciphers are basically Doxfall's mailmen. Mail people.
You could just
carriers.
take one.
I was gonna say you could assault one and steal one of steal the letters. They take vows of secrecy, ostensibly, to keep their client secrets. So if you wanted to assault a cipher and take their letter,
well, my friend Bat wants a letter.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of want a letter.
Awesome. What's the point of attack? Where are you going to go after him? As
before they deliver it, there's got to be some sort of like narrow alleyway they got to go through, and so I'll scope that out.
okay,
And-
so you're gonna like track one down and
just tell them to give me one.
just give me a letter. Just give it to me.
Just give me a letter.
Yeah, yeah, because like I'm big and I can tell them to do things. Like, give me a letter.
Do you like to make sure it's one of the right ones? Do you sorry, I'm trying to think of ways that we can make this work. Like, do you wait for one of them to go to and from Scurlock Manor? Because I mean, they
Yeah, that's
carry
the
letters
best
all
way.
over the city.
And that's the thing. That's the best way to know. I mean, I'm gonna guess they're gonna use the same mail carrier because you're not gonna tell everyone to carry these letters. You're only gonna have a few of them, and so if you see one that's done it, he's probably gonna do it again.
Okay, so
Right?
so right now the plan sounds like track one of them down until they that they're going, they're carrying something from Lord Scurlock's manor,
Mhm.
and then like jacking it on the way, on
Yeah.
the way back. Sweet. That sounds. And then catch him in an alleyway on the way back.
Yep.
I think.
I don't know if any of you all want to help me out, but I'll take point on it, and you can maybe block the points of escape.
This does sound like an assault to me.
Yeah, I'll come along just in case something goes wrong for some reason.
No, nothing's gonna go wrong. I can't see.
Never.
There's no flaw in my master plan.
So we aren't in the score yet. We are still in prep.
Yep.
Right,
This is planning, because I wanted to make sure that that everybody's on the same page as far as what was going on and how to make the score work. Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yep. Assault coming from the vampire's house. Good
Nice.
plan. Good plan.
Awesome. Okay, so who'd like to be making the engagement roll tonight? It doesn't matter because it's going to be a fortune roll, and it works the same no matter who's rolling it.
Let's see. Yeah.
I think we should have something to pin on Freddy over there. So I think we
Yeah.
should roll it.
Yep.
I already rolled a critical on my consort to get us info. So
That is true. That is true.
I did. I've done as much damage, guys, as I think I can do for one night.
For one night. Cool. Yeah. Absolutely. You go ahead and you're welcome to roll this. So the engagement roll starts at 1D for sheer luck.
Okay, so I'm rolling fortune, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I just click that.
Yep. It'll ask you. I can't remember what the first question it'd ask you is.
Note.
Yeah, and I don't.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Uh,
Number of dice 1.
Yeah, but there might be more. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? Yes.
I'd say yeah.
I would say yes. That gives you an extra die.
Okay.
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Not really. Is the target strongest against this approach? Or do they have particular defenses or special preparation? I don't think so either. I think that's a wash. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? You know what? I'll give you a die for that that crit that
Oh, sweet ass intel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
They are higher tier than you, so that takes away a die.
Okay.
They're a tier 2 gang. You are a tier 1 gang. Or no, you're a tier 0 gang. You guys haven't gone up in tier yet. So whatever that is,
That's 2.
that's 2 dice. Go
We had
ahead.
3, and then they're bigger than us, so it's 2.
Yep.
All
Can we help or not helping? That works.
Nope. Sweet. A 5. That's just what I like to see. Cool. So yeah, you like the 3 of you like plan your opportunity. Bat, you're the hound, right? So so tracking one of these guys from a distance until they've arrived at Scurlock's manor and then are on their way back. That wasn't so much a problem. The problem was that there were several
Okay.
of them that all came kind of at the same time, and all left at the same time, and all like as they leave, they start branching off in different directions to carry letters in to different places. You're kind of like you're hoping that they go to the were you guys planning on like having them go to like a choke point or something where you can like jump out
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, you're not sure where these guys are going. What are you gonna do? You don't know if they're going the right, if they're going to get to that weak spot.
There's not much I can do unless I'm going to be like, jump out and be like, go that way.
Well, and it could be any of the 3 of you, right? Like I'm kind of assuming that you guys are close enough to communicate until you know that shit's gonna go down, right?
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I would guess that, that like, we would have maybe watched for a couple of days to see if like there was any kind of routine, or you know what I mean, like they always travel this path, or they, you know what I mean.
You could. Is there a flashback there?
I think there might be a flashback.
Nice. You guys can all see that, yeah?
Yep.
You're going to hold this.
Hold on, I've got to go grab some water real quick.
Yep. Let Matt take care of that.
Oh boy, running out of steam, man.
Well, if we need to, we can always cut it here, and when we come back, since this is kind of what we're going to be doing for the next foreseeable future until Matt Glover is done getting married. And all that.
Which reminds me, I got to buy those tickets, man.
Yeah.
I got to buy those tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we were hoping might be able to find cheaper tickets because it's going to be pricey.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, So why don't we do this flashback and figure out how that goes.
Okay.
Put a pin in it.
And then we'll put a pin in it here and pick it up next Tuesday.
Okay.
Because I think everybody's
Oh, dude, I'm dying.
everybody's like, oh, so
Oh my
tired.
god, Tuesday.
Yeah. Cool. So
Why did we
flashback.
pick Tuesday again? Okay.
Flashback.
Flashback costs 1 stress, and we flashback to a couple of days before you actually get here. And you're what like
I'm being sneaky and I'm studying and being all houndy.
nice. Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like a study role.
Yeah,
Actually,
but not.
they prefer to call it being houndish.
Being houndish,
being
Houndish.
hound-like.
being dogged.
Yeah.
Dogged hound. All right. So I'm doing a study. All right. Is there
Yes.
anything I can do to get like an extra die?
You could. You're welcome to push yourself.
I'm gonna push myself.
2 stress to push yourself, and you get an extra die.
Good, because my study's only 1 die in it, so that's not good.
Nice.
My position is.
Your position is risky because that's what we rolled on your on the engagement roll.
Word. And the effect.
Your effect is standard.
All right. And bonus die, I got myself 1 by taking a little bit of stress. Come on. Come on. 5.
5. So you get what you're after, but
Mhm.
there we go. So it like you had followed them and taken like detailed, memorize the routes that they were taking through the city. Flash forward, like as they're coming, like you're expecting them to like take the route that you had figured out before, and one of them does, and so does his buddy. It's not 1 person that you have to worry about now; it's 2.
All right.
Which it doubles your opportunity for getting a letter, but it also increases your opportunity for shit going poorly.
What a coincidence! That's how many fists I got.
You got 2 fists, 1 for each of you.
I love this. It's just like I love like we have heat. I was on my action. I was like, I'm thinking of all these ways. I'm like, what are all these ways I can talk people out of our heat? Gets to my turn. Hey, what? Holy shit, where all our heat go? I hit a bunch of people.
I punched people. I punched the heat away.
Nice. Okay.
There
Well,
are no consequences to my actions. It's okay.
So fucking good.
I hate cutting things short in the middle of just when things are getting good. But fortunately, we haven't gotten too far into it, and this is actually not a terrible spot to stop. And I know everybody else is tired, so I think we're going to call it here for tonight, and
Cool.
we'll come back and we'll see if, like, somehow next week the crew has suddenly grown.
Yeah.
I hope our lurk is back.
Nobody knew that the lurk was hiding in the shadows the whole time.
It looks like, what are we doing?
That's
Yeah,
right.
no, she's gonna show up at the exact right point with a knife in hand next to a guy's eyeball. He's gonna look at her and go, "Clever girl."
Nice. Well, gentlemen, thank you for playing. I don't think anybody was paying any attention on Twitch, but thank them for watching anyway. I know people will watch this on YouTube.
Thank you, Twitch.
Hey, thanks for nothing, Twitch. Just
Thanks,
kidding.
TwitchTube.
Yeah, Twitch too.
That's true.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.